Have you ever wondered what older men wish they had known about masturbation years ago? It might seem like a taboo topic, but for many men, especially those in their later years, understanding the truth behind sexual health and solo pleasure can make a world of difference. Unfortunately, most men grow up hearing myths, feeling shame, or simply not having the right information. But now doctors and older men themselves are opening up about the secrets they wish they had known sooner. In this video, we're diving into 5 masturbation secrets that older men swear would have changed their lives if only they had known earlier. Whether you're in your 40s, 60s, or even beyond, these insights can help improve your physical health, boost mental well-being, and even enhance relationships. So let's cut through the stigma and get real about what aging men have learned, sometimes the hard way, so you don't have to. Secret 1. Masturbation isn't just about pleasure. It's health maintenance. Most men go through life thinking masturbation is purely about pleasure. But as many older men will tell you, it's far more than that. One of the biggest secrets revealed by both doctors and elderly men is that regular, healthy masturbation can play a vital role in maintaining your health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Let's talk about prostate health first. Studies show that regular ejaculation helps flush out toxins and buildup in the prostate gland. In fact, one long-term study found that men who ejaculated 21 or more times a month had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did less. Older men often wish they had known this because it's not something doctors bring up during routine checkups. Keeping the pipes clean, so to speak, is more important than most of us realize. Beyond that, masturbation improves blood flow, which becomes crucial as men age. Blood circulation is tied closely to erectile function, cardiovascular health, and even brain performance. Every time a man becomes aroused and orgasms, the body pumps blood through key areas that support long-term function, just like a workout for the sexual system. Then there's stress relief, one of the most underrated benefits of solo pleasure. Older men who've lived through stressful careers, family demands, and health concerns say that masturbation was a safe and healthy outlet they didn't utilize enough. It helps release feel-good hormones like oxytocin and dopamine, lowering cortisol levels and promoting relaxation. Men in their 70s and 80s often look back and say, "I wish I had known how much it could help me sleep or calm my anxiety." One elderly man in an interview said, "I used to think masturbation was something to be ashamed of after a certain age. Now I see it as part of my self-care routine, like brushing my teeth or going for a walk." Doctors agree. Urologists often recommend masturbation as a way to keep the pelvic floor muscles strong. These muscles play a key role in bladder control, sexual performance, and even back pain prevention. Older men dealing with issues like incontinence or low libido are now learning that regular solo activity could have helped maintain these muscles earlier on. Importantly, this isn't about frequency for the sake of numbers. It's about intentional, mindful self-care. When men understand that masturbation can serve a biological function, they stop seeing it as a guilty habit and start viewing it as a natural, healthy part of aging well. Sadly, many men were raised in environments where talking about these things was taboo. They didn't feel comfortable asking questions or seeking advice. So they either overdid it in secret or avoided it altogether out of shame or confusion. As one retired veteran put it, "If I had known the truth about what it actually did for my health, I wouldn't have felt so bad about it." Now, with more awareness and less stigma, men can make informed decisions. They can integrate self-pleasure into a balanced lifestyle that includes healthy diet, exercise, and regular checkups. And for older men, it's never too late to start. In summary, masturbation is not just about immediate gratification. It's an investment in long-term health. It supports prostate health, boosts circulation, relieves stress, and strengthens critical muscle groups. This is the first secret many older men wish they had known much earlier in life. Secret 2. Too much can harm you. Balance is key. While masturbation has its health benefits, many older men confess they wish they had known the dangers of overdoing it. It's easy, especially when young, to think that more is better. But just like with anything else, moderation is crucial. The second masturbation secret elderly men often emphasize is that too much masturbation can lead to physical and psychological consequences. First, let's talk about something called erectile fatigue. It's not an official medical diagnosis, but doctors and sex therapists refer to it when a man frequently engages in sexual activity or masturbation to the point where his erections become weaker or take longer to achieve. As men age, testosterone levels decrease, and recovery time increases. Overuse without adequate rest can exhaust the sexual system, making it harder to perform when it really matters during intimacy with a partner. Then there's the issue of desensitization. Constant stimulation, especially when done quickly or with excessive force, can reduce sensitivity in the long run. Some men find that what used to arouse them no longer has the same effect. This becomes especially problematic when paired with intense or unrealistic pornography, which we'll cover more in the next secret. Men in their later years often say they wish they had known the long-term consequences of pushing their limits during solo sessions. Psychologically, excessive masturbation can create a kind of dependency. It becomes a coping mechanism for boredom, stress, or loneliness. Instead of addressing the root causes of those emotions, some men turn to quick gratification. Over time, this can affect self-esteem, motivation, and even social relationships. One man in his 70s reflected, "I wish I had realized sooner how much it was isolating me. I thought it was helping with my stress, but really, I was avoiding the real issues." From a relationship perspective, over-reliance on masturbation can reduce desire and connection with a partner. If one is constantly drained or satisfied alone, the natural drive to bond physically with a spouse or significant other can fade. Many older men regret not prioritizing physical intimacy with their partners when they were younger and more capable. Doctors now advise men to treat masturbation like any other health habit. Be aware of frequency, intention, and impact. If it's causing fatigue, interfering with real relationships, or taking over your time and energy, it's time to reevaluate. So the lesson here is clear. Masturbation is healthy, but balance is essential. Too much of a good thing can have long-lasting consequences that many older men wish they had been warned about decades earlier. Secret 3. Your mind plays a bigger role than you think. One of the most overlooked factors in masturbation and sexual health is the role of the mind. Older men consistently report that they didn't realize just how much their thoughts, emotions, and mental habits influence their experience with masturbation. This third secret is all about understanding the powerful connection between the brain and the body. For starters, arousal doesn't begin in the body, it starts in the brain. Hormones like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin flood the system during sexual activity, but they're triggered by mental stimuli. This could be fantasy, memory, emotional intimacy, or even stress. Elderly men often say they wish they had nurtured their minds just as much as their bodies when it came to sexuality. Many older men now realize that their past experiences with masturbation were overly dependent on visual stimulation, especially porn. This over-reliance can lead to what doctors call dopamine desensitization. When the brain is constantly flooded with high levels of dopamine from watching intense or novel sexual content, it can become less responsive over time. That means ordinary, real-life experiences may no longer feel as exciting. Mental dependence on pornographic fantasy also distorts expectations. Men might find themselves needing more extreme content to achieve the same level of arousal. This creates a cycle that affects self-image, relationships, and long-term satisfaction. One man in his 60s admitted, "I didn't realize I was rewiring my brain every time I clicked through dozens of videos. Now I struggle to connect with my wife in the same way." Older men also report that mindfulness and emotional awareness could have drastically improved their sexual well-being. Being present during self-pleasure, focusing on physical sensations rather than mental distractions, actually increases satisfaction. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and even eye contact with a partner during intimacy can improve libido and erectile response. Moreover, emotions such as guilt, shame, or anxiety around masturbation often instilled during youth, can create mental barriers that persist well into older age. Letting go of those feelings and embracing solo pleasure as a natural part of life can open the door to healthier and more satisfying experiences. So the third secret is clear. Your brain is your most powerful sexual organ. Treat it with care. Be mindful of what you expose it to, how you think about sexuality, and the emotional baggage you carry. Many elderly men agree. If they had paid attention to their mental habits earlier, they would have enjoyed a more balanced and fulfilling sexual life. Secret 4. Tech habits affect your sexual function over time. In today's digital age, the way men interact with technology has a profound impact on their sexual health, and it's something many older men never realized until it was too late. The fourth secret they wish they knew sooner is this. Your tech habits, especially how and when you use digital devices, can have long-term effects on your libido, arousal, and performance. First and foremost, let's address screen time. Constant exposure to screens, phones, tablets, computers, disrupts sleep cycles by interfering with melatonin production. Lack of sleep directly impacts testosterone levels, which are essential for sexual desire and performance. Elderly men often reflect on how their bedtime screen habits, checking emails, scrolling social media, or watching videos late into the night, gradually eroded their vitality and desire over time. Then there's blue light exposure, particularly before bed. Blue light not only disrupts sleep, but also puts strain on the eyes and nervous system. Over time, this contributes to fatigue and decreased mental clarity, both of which are necessary for healthy sexual function. Older men now understand that unplugging and creating screen-free zones, especially in the bedroom, could have preserved their health in ways they didn't anticipate. But more significantly, technology has changed how men approach sexual stimulation. Access to endless online pornography, erotic content, and fantasy apps has altered the natural rhythm of arousal. Many older men report becoming dependent on digital stimulation to achieve arousal, only to find that it impaired their ability to respond to real-life touch and emotional intimacy. This kind of overstimulation leads to what's known as sexual conditioning. The brain gets trained to respond to specific triggers, certain visuals, sounds, or patterns, making it harder to be satisfied by natural, spontaneous experiences. Over time, it becomes more difficult to get aroused without the aid of screen. Elderly men now warn younger generations to limit their dependence on tech-based stimulation. They advocate for practices like digital detox, using filters or restrictions, and setting boundaries around screen use. Many say that reconnecting with nature, physical touch, and in-person relationships help them regain a sense of balance they had lost. Even posture plays a role. Hours spent hunched over phones or laptops affects spinal alignment and blood flow, which can contribute to pelvic tension and even erectile dysfunction. Doctors now encourage regular stretching, physical activity, and posture correction as part of sexual health maintenance. So the fourth secret is clear. Technology is a tool, not a substitute for real connection. If not used mindfully, it can interfere with the body's natural systems. Men who understand this early can preserve not just their sexual function, but their overall vitality. Secret 5. The right mindset matters more than you think. As men age, one of the most overlooked aspects of sexual health, and specifically masturbation, is the mental and emotional approach. It's not just about the physical act, it's about the mindset behind it. Many older men who speak openly about their experience say they wish they had developed a healthier, more respectful mindset around self-pleasure earlier in life. In youth, masturbation is often tangled with guilt, secrecy, or even addiction. But as you age, you begin to realize that how you think about it plays a massive role in how it affects your overall well-being. Some elderly men share that for years they treated it like a race or a habit, quick, mechanical, and devoid of emotional connection. But once they began viewing it as a form of self-care, something akin to meditation or stress relief, everything changed. It helped them feel more connected to their bodies, reduce stress, and even sleep better. It stopped being about fantasy and became about mindful self-connection. There's also the emotional guilt some men carry. Messages from early religious or cultural backgrounds can embed shame around the topic, but doctors emphasize the importance of letting go of those outdated beliefs. Masturbation, when practiced with the right mindset, is not only normal, it's healthy. It's associated with improved mood, better hormone balance, and reduced risk of prostate issues. The right mindset also means setting boundaries. For example, not using it as a way to escape emotions or numb out difficult feelings. Instead, it becomes something you choose intentionally, not something you feel compelled to do out of boredom, anxiety, or loneliness. Lastly, this shift in perspective can even improve intimate relationships. Men who learn to better understand their own bodies often report increased confidence and improved communication with their partners. They know what feels good, what doesn't, and how to be present, not just during sex, but in all forms of emotional connection. So if you're an older man or becoming one, this is the one secret you don't want to ignore. Get your mindset right. It's not about shame, fantasy, or pressure. It's about awareness, self-respect, and healthy habits. When you embrace this, everything else, your health, your hormones, your relationships, starts to fall into place. Now that you've heard the 5 masturbation secrets that many older men wish they knew sooner, it's clear that this topic is so much more than just a private act. It's tied to your physical health, mental clarity, emotional balance, and even your confidence as a man. We live in a world where youth is glorified and aging is feared, but the truth is wisdom comes with age. And part of that wisdom is learning how to take care of your body and mind in ways you may have overlooked in your younger years. Masturbation isn't something to be ashamed of. It's part of a healthy routine when done with purpose, understanding, and respect for yourself. Whether it's managing testosterone levels, improving sleep, boosting prostate health, or simply learning to be more in tune with your body, these 5 secrets can help you unlock a better version of yourself, no matter your age. So, take these lessons to heart. Talk to your doctor if needed. Break free from shame. And most importantly, treat your body with the care and respect it deserves. If this video brought you insight, clarity, or even just curiosity, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Because aging is inevitable, but how you age is in your hands.